November. This was Michelangelo. It is really answers. The agony of the ecstasy, like there's total like pizza with drops of pizza.
I'm looking at that going, really?
I've been doing surfer voice number 2.009 for that first 7 shows that I did. If any of you guys remember a show called Denver the Last Dinosaur? I played Shades. Last time I see White guy getting to play a guy in a PC world. You know, don't get this chance to play this anymore. But that was that. And then Shades was this, which is my Michelangelo, like pizza, right? So this, which is also the voice I used when we did Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah. Eagle. So yeah, I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, all I did was rip off Cam's Surfer Dude, so
yeah,
I got lucky.
So y'all remember Denver?
Yeah.
Denver.
These are the last
This guy, my nose boy, see? Will you start like I'm gonna play Sulu, ready? We'll use that next time. Everybody, we got knife.
All right, guys, it's just going to be this unless you get up and start asking questions.
Hi.
Go ahead, go first.
Hi. I can't tell you how excited I am. My favorite Heroes in a Half Shell. I just
Are there any others?
I was just wondering if you guys, through your career, just got a ton of free pizza, and if you can still even eat it, or are you guys absolutely sick of it?
Well, no. The Princeton company, Fred Wolf, paid us in pizza. And it wasn't even high-end pizza.
We would pay traditional American currency. And we then would decide whether or not we wanted to buy pizza. I did, however, on occasion, as my child is now 31, he was prime turtle age growing up. And there were many times that he would want Raphael to order pizza. So that was pretty cool. And it didn't take long for the guys to call me and say, hey, do you like ordering pizza? Hi, it's Raphael. I want a hot punch marshmallow, 2 fishes, a real pizza. That was great. It really was an enormous and a huge thrill to be able to share that with your child. It was just fantastic. Yeah, it was cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No free pizza. I've always had to pay for my pizza, but I love pizza.
All right, thanks. Go ahead.
Excuse me, hi.
Hi.
I'm the Green Ranger.
You're right now?
So,
The
Is that mic
I
right?
don't think it's fine.
Did we lose
do you
time?
remember when the...
Yeah, we need to turn on the
Hang on a second.
Now you fix it.
We got two over here. That's okay. Maybe, is it working?
Wait a second.
Let's see if we're good.
I can turn it into a dimensional portal if you want.
Doesn't work.
Well, just speak up because it's a small room.
Hello?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's broken.
You gotta use it.
Oh,
Be comfortable.
so-
Wait, working.
Do you remember when the Ninja Turtles crossed over with the Power Rangers in space?
Did we do that Power Rangers in space? I don't know if we did any of that.
That's another.
It was a live action series.
Yeah, that was a
And I think I remember that. We weren't involved in that.
How cool was that?
It was very And I love your outfit. You did a great job.
Well, I actually bought it.
Oh, well. You did a great job buying it.
Also, out of all the 4 Ninja Turtles, who do you think would win in a fight?
Wait, he told me, I don't know if anybody's, is the guy here, somebody told me that, was that you that told me about the fight thing?
The movie one.
Well, no, someone said they did like a actuary table or something.
Oh, an actuary table, again.
Whatever you call it, they like a map. Are you here? There's a show or something where they line up heroes and villains.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on the internet.
On the YouTube.
What's it called?
It was on the internet, YouTube, one of the YouTube videos.
Superhero beatdown.
And how was that put together? How do they come to their answers?
Well, I guess they take a poll, and whoever like wins out of the poll from the fans ends up winning.
I would say the turtle who would win the fight would be the first one to get a gun. That's what it would be. Otherwise, it'd be a draw. Like Indiana Jones, bang.
I think Leonardo would.
I think so too.
Yeah, I was good. That's where I was going with the poll because that's what I heard.
Hey,
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
watch out for Shredder.
Okay.
Hi. So this isn't directly Ninja Turtles related, but
I'm sorry. Next.
okay. But Rob, this wouldn't be a convention if I didn't hear the countries of the world. Could Raphael say them?
I would be happy to do that if we had time to
Okay.
do a quick thing.
Thank you.
At the very end, before we're done.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. No problem.
You guys just have to speak loud because the battery's dead on.
You guys want to come up a little closer?
Good.
Great. Speaking of the mic stand.
I was watching Ninja Turtles Forever when they combined the old school version of Ninja Turtles and the new one. Not the one before it.
I honestly, I'm not that familiar with the other iterations of the shows. And that's and it's, I promise you, it's not because I was jealous or anything like that.
Oh yeah, liar.
I'm jealous of all of us. But unfortunately, all of us have had the good fortune of keeping, busy doing other stuff. And the truth is, I've never seen all of Ninja Turtle cartoons. Never. I bet I've seen maybe 30 or 40 of them.
Was I in it? But was I in it? Was I in it? But was Cam in it? Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So not interested.
Yeah, we just don't, luckily, and it takes often a year or longer for a show to come out, so you're often on other things, and I haven't watched all that 20% of it.
I'll just say what they all won't say. If we didn't get paid for it, we don't care.
Said by our lawyer.
Younger people coming in, not just doing voiceover over, but they're also doing animations. Those are all fans of all of you guys that grew up watching you.
I'm very bitter that there were always younger people, period.
This was us 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Coming to town and sort of being the young guns back then, and we had our heroes back then. The Dutch Butler and the Black. Yeah.
Karen Valentine.
Our buddy Julian here was asking, I'm guessing here, but he asked how we feel about, new folks coming in to do, continue the turtle legacy and that type of thing. Is that what you mean?
Create their own show.
Create their own shows based on the turtles, you mean, right? Oh, just any of the shows.
Y'all know Troy Baker, right?
Yeah.
I met him. We were in the lobby over at our agent's office, and he walks in, and someone introduced him to me, and he says, and he was, just off the bus.
In Dallas, right? Or something.
I'm not sure. And so this is Cam Clark. Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to meet you. Man, I just hope I can have the career you had. I think I'm still here. Oh no, man! I didn't mean that. What I meant was like, I was just trying on your voice.
No, Well, Julian it's always a thrill. And one of the things that's so exciting about coming to things like this is we also meet new people who are who obviously very creative. And some of the artwork I saw this weekend is just nuts. And it's yeah, so we are the beneficiary of that. Because let's make it clear, you know, we're up here taking credit for these wonderful characters and stuff, but we're just actors. We don't draw and we don't write. And it is a hugely collaborative effort. And so we get work based on other people's creativity, and then they need to fill that void, voice acting wise. So I'm extremely excited about new stuff that's coming along. And like Barry said, I got another ride in the Turtle Band 25 years later as a result of all this time passing. And when they called me to read for the new Ninja Turtles, I was almost a victim of my own ageism. Because I'm 55 years old. It's crazy. But the producers are 38, 39, 40, and they all grew up watching Turtles. And all this time had passed. And so now the people in charge at Viacom are saying, hey, we'd like to do this new thing of Turtles, and why don't you come read and all of that? And I was, it doesn't matter at all. I worked with Mel Blanc 2 or 3 times before, when he was probably 83. And he was still saying, no, it's okay. So clearly we can do this gig. So yeah, I think all of us are grateful that people continue to create, and to the extent that we've, been able to foster some interest in our respective careers. We hope they can keep calling us to read an audition. Until we don't want to do it anymore. I love working.
I had an audition for a Ninja Turtles game. I thought you guys.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great story. You love this. Great.
For some video game turtle, the many things that are out there. And I read for it, and I got the job.
What? What? You read for which character?
I read for Leonardo. And I got the job, and I'm kind of like, well, duh, whatever. And I get the job, and I said, guys, I'm curious. Am I here because I'm king? And they were like, what? And they said, is that Cam Clark? You're that Cam? Oh, wow, because we just thought you really captured the essence. Really, I kind of did 30 years ago. So it's pretty fun, these kids didn't know who I was when they heard my audition, and just thought, the Troy Baker now has.
Thanks, Julian.
And to finish that, Julian, with me, every 50 years, I like to try something new. And so I'm teaching now, and what I'm hoping is that I'm going to be teaching, I'm teaching other than cartoons, but I know some of my students really want to get into voice acting, and I want to see that new generation. I'm excited to see it. I think there's going to be some great talent coming up, and creative talent, both on the acting side and on the writing and the creative side. So, yeah, keep it coming. I mean, I just think it's fantastic.
Thanks, buddy. Nice to see you.
We're live.
I actually have a friend named after the Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Leonardo. And he would kill me if I
say Bebop.
He would kill me if I hadn't asked you guys a question, and I'm curious as well. What's your biggest voice acting gig? And if it's not the Ninja Turtles, or if it is the Ninja Turtles, what's your second biggest voice acting gig?
You mean in terms of
popularity,
or fan thing, or just notoriety?
Yes.
Roll up your sleeping bags, we're going to be here a while.
It's pretty tough to have done anything that is more culturally significant than the Ninja Turtles. I think that we've all had the good fortune of working on a lot of stuff. Barry has had an incredible career on camera, on stage, voice acting. We've all been really fortunate. But when you kind of take stock of all of it, I've done a lot of really great stuff for which I'm eternally grateful. But the Ninja Turtles was, for us, from scratch. So to go from a clean sheet of paper to to something that is inarguably, I used to say arguably, but not. Now, it is inarguably a cultural, a piece of pop culture for the world. And it is intergenerational. We have so many people here this weekend, it's just absolutely delightful to see Mom and Dad dressed as Leonardo and Raph, and Bobby and Sissy dressed as Mikey and Donnie. You know, it's the sweetest thing in the world. And both generations love it. So it has to be, for me, it has to be the sweeping Ninja Turtles.
No question.
For me, yeah, I mean, obviously Michelangelo, and for any of us, to be a part of the TMNT franchise, which has, you know, become so iconic, is really quite an honor and a blessing. But I think, to your question, for me, other than Michelangelo, the Tick would probably be. I'm always amazed at the people that come to these cons who are just so crazy about the Tick. We only did 3 seasons, only 2 of which are available on TV. Thank you, Disney. Yeah, so that would be it for me. I'm always amazed too at some of the sort of lesser known characters that I've done over the years. That people come up and say, "Oh, you don't have a picture of Riot, you know, from Gem Holograms or something like that." But where's Gogo on Snaggle Rock? Where's Space Cat? Probably not a show called Space Cats. Space Cats.
I would say for me, obviously just ditto to that, but in second place would be in, you know, in game land, would be Metal Gear.
Oh yeah.
Which is, you know, as far as if you want to count fan mail or whatever, that's the biggest, you know, the biggest deal next to the Turtles. There's roles I've enjoyed playing, stuff like that, but Metal Gear does the most, you know, things like that. In fact, I had a guy wanted me to do a birthday reading for friends who wrote me on my side. My nephew runs my birthday because I'm too old and I can comprehend it. Cam, just, you know, we just do it. We just, let's do hard. So I, you know, I did a little happy birthday. I'm sorry, it's so it couldn't be. Everybody's tied up right now. And my nephew then, and so I sent it out, and the chatter went viral about this birthday greeting, but I wasn't the god. My nephew was the god. Did you see what Lexi made happen? Yeah. You know, Cam's all out, but Lex made this happen. Lex, you are a god. You are a god. My nephew, so I said, here you go, Lexi. You see? Here you go. You know, before we go on, I just have to no, I think we need a real moderator. I do too. We have a moderator. We have an audience who's moderator. Daddy Z. A big round of applause. We're going to bring him up. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Williams. Yay!
So while I was coming up, I'll just answer very quickly. Definitely, I mean, Turtles as far as just an incredible, iconic thing. But for me, before there was Turtles and after Turtles, there was the Quick Bunny.
That's the Quick Bunny.
And so 35 years on just about, yeah. I think they told me that was the longest run for a cartoon commercial voice since Tony the Tiger. So it was weird. But yeah, so that lasted a really long time and made me a lot of money, which wasn't bad either. But so both of those were just, I was just so fortunate to be part of both of those things.
Thank you. Thank you for coaching. Thank you for being our new moderator. Yeah. Hey, Shredder.
You put me out of work.
Sorry about that, dude. You're in the union, right? What's your question?
Between James Avery and Pat Fraley, who was more fun to work with?
Oh, God. Well,
that's like Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, Sophie's Choice. Well, first of all, you know, God bless James. You know, he was a really swell guy, and we got to work with James before he was James Avery, you know, and he was a great deal of fun and a larger-than-life man, physically very big, but a great, big, gregarious, loud laugh, crazy cool voice.
A gentle giant.
Very gentle, sweet guy, and a highly trained Shakespearean actor. And when he got this gig, he was like thrilled to death that he had a steady gig. There was never any condescension. But then he became Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince, and I think who was it? Jimmy? Jim Cummings? But he was wonderful. Pat, of the two, Pat Fraley was more natural. He's not gone. I think Pat Fraley is more naturally funny. He's a funny guy, and the character lent itself to, Cram was an oddly funny character.
And inventive, that incredibly inventive.
Oh man, yeah, and we entered. If those of you had the question, yes, we all always recorded together, and spent usually more time laughing and cutting up than actually getting work done. Because it's just you're with people with whom you choose to spend your free time. They're world-class actors, and then you're talking turtles and eating American dollars.
And a funny fact, did you know that Pat was my cousin?
I didn't know that.
We come from deep Mormon roots. And we share polygamy. We have the same great, however many back polygamous grandfather.
That explains a lot.
But we don't share the same great grandmother. We share the same papa, but not the same mom.
Thank you guys. Why don't we bring up the next one?
I guess I'm done talking.
That's what Daddy's doing. A long line of people who like that.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
See how good he is?
Good one.
Hey guys, I love the show for all 10 seasons. My question is, why did the show end? Why there was no season 11?
Ran its course, but it nothing.
At the time, I think it did, yeah. I think the ratings started to drop.
Yeah, I think it's like
And it just, kind of, the producers decided, to end it, but...
In fact, the last season was only a short order, which would be indicative of that.
Right.
It was like,
but it just keeps getting revived and revived and revived. Now, the second major movie now, the second major movie series is happening, so it's rather insane. Yeah. There was even a musical Turtles at one point.
Live action thing that went around.
Turtles on Ice or something?
I can only imagine that my kid, 1 year for his birthday, he was probably about 7. I got hold of one of the turtle costumes from somebody. I got hold of the Raphael costume, and I'm going to tell you what, man. It was like walking around in a petri dish. Awful. Oh my God. Those people have no money. Thank you, Christian.
I enjoyed all 10 seasons. Love you guys.
Thanks, pal.
I wasn't prepared to be next. Okay, well, I've been a big fan of you guys ever since my dad introduced the show to me and everything, so I think you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And, I was just wondering, what did you guys think of the, movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the new one, the one with Megan Fox?
I didn't see it.
was I in it?
Sorry, love Candy. I haven't. I'm not in that, am I didn't see it. I have to say, and I won't editorialize very long, but my son is a huge turtle nut, and he saw the movie on the screen, and he called me and said, "You know what? It was pretty entertaining." He said he loved it. But he said the only criticism that bothered him was that he thought the turtles were a little scary. Like they looked more like monsters as opposed to, okay. But he loved the original movies, and so did I. And it was a very important thing, I think, for me to learn as an actor. We had nothing to do with the movies. And there was a point at which we kind of said, well, God, we thought they'd call us for the movies. Well, they didn't. And there wasn't one 11-year-old that stood outside and said, hey, your recording's not in that. I'm not going to go. So it's about the characters, right? But hey, a lot of people give Michael Bay, I hate Michael Bay, he's gonna ruin it, blah, blah, blah. Well, go see it. It's really simple. It's called Fair Price, and I'm not trying to be condescending, but people were like all over him, and the thing got 40 million hits. So if you don't like it, how can something you watch because you hate get 40 million hits? And then the first weekend it's $100 million. So the next thing they're going to do is make another one.
And I saw it. And I heard, oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible, terrible, terrible. It wasn't. I did not think it was terrible. I don't know if it was the best movie I've ever seen, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. I thought that they got the spirit of the Turtles right, and that's largely because I think Kevin Eastman is really involved in every iteration of the Turtles. I mean, and he does it, he has kept a measure of control, which makes sure that nobody goes terribly astray. And I'm very interested, because I'm a big Arrow fan, so I'm very interested to see Steven take control.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Good job. See, if you're in the union, you have to have somebody who would do that for you.
I don't know, take a day off. But my question is for Rob Paulson. You voicing Raphael. It's like the first iteration of him, like with the series that you guys did. It was kind of Raphael. I know he was supposed to be like the rebel though, but he was supposed to be like the rebel, but he was kind of more like the the friendly rebel that everybody could get along with, and then as these
smartass, just like me.
and then as they have different iterations go on, he's more like the badass hardcore type rebel. And then when like you did the Animaniacs, well, I had a lot of fun doing that. So I was just curious, which one did you have more fun with, Turtles or Animaniacs?
Oh, again, it's like Tommy says, it's Sophie's choice. Honestly, we've all had embarrassment issues. They were all fun for different reasons. And working on Animaniacs and thinking of the brain, I think it not quite like Turtles, but it become pretty close to being a little, not iconic, but well known, certainly, and they hold up. But anytime you get to work in that circumstance of Warner Brothers Animation, all the Bugs and Daffy and Tweety and Mel Blanc and Bob McKibson and Chuck Jones and Carl Stahl, I mean,
Yakko and Wacko.
Yeah, Yakko and Wacko. Steven Spielberg, it's just fantastic. But it really is, it's not quantifiable. It's really not. It's not, they're all fun for different reasons, and I'm not trying to be coy. They just are. With Animaniacs, I was hanging out with Tress and Jess and Frank Welker and all these people all day long, and Andrea Romano. It's great. I mean, these guys have been my best friends, some of my best friends for almost 30 years. So there is no downside, and it really is impossible for me to say, well, this was more fun. We're here having to spend this whole weekend, and people tell us how much they love Turtles, and it's beyond for me. So,
thank you very much.
If I could just say one thing, you said like you guys are your friends. I like to correct that. You're not. You guys aren't friends. You're brothers.
Thank you.
Hey, wanted to say hi to all of you first, and so those of you I've gotten to chat with, I wanted to thank Cam for what he did for my friends. Rob has been always awesome to me. Barry was great to me yesterday. Townsend, I haven't had a chance to talk to you.
Townsend, don't ever talk to me.
I actually lucked out in that the previous folks did ask the questions over to us, so I get to just make one quick request. For all the hardcore Turtles fans here, could the four of you sing the theme song?
Do you want to do this?
Was that in there?
You want to sing with us? No part.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a nutshell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. They're heroes in the half shell and they're green. When the evil shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant
what was your thoughts when you found out you were cast as Donatello, not Raphael? And you?
Thank you, my friend. My thought was, are you kidding me? I was beyond excited. I think, as I told you earlier, I was a little bit shocked, and I got a call from my agent saying, "Why you read for?" I knew that Viacom, who owns Nickelodeon, had bought the rights to Ninja Turtles. And so I said, well, yeah, I'd be happy to go read. And I asked them if they know who I am. Not out of arrogance, but because we knew there were a number of iterations of the Turtles that had nothing to do with the original cast. And I totally understand that. That's fine. So I just didn't want to get in there and have to say, oh, that's right, you were Raphael, we forgot. Well, here you guys go read. And they called back and said, no, we know exactly who you are. We just think you'd be good for our version of Donatello if you don't mind reading. Of course I don't mind reading. But then that's when it occurred to me that, the people who are making it grew up watching it. So you can argue that that is the purest iteration of the show, because they get all of it there, and Kevin is super involved with the TV show, and somehow I paid him a lot of money, and I have to make one thing. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. There's a huge honor among thieves with respect to what we do, and I made sure first, and the same thing would happen if the tables had been turned. I said, is Barry Horton involved with this? And they said, no. It's nothing personal, we just like you. And I said, because it's really, we've been in positions where somebody would, come up and say, hey, look, we're trying to negotiate a deal. They know, okay, we'll recast. You guys come with me for Raphael because Rob Paulson wants another dollar. Whatever. But most actors will say, oh, no, not going to touch that. So until you find out that the original, and Barry will always be the original, is not involved, then you stay away from that. But my reaction, oh my God. I get another random turtle fan.
And I'm really looking forward to doing Yakko in the new one.
Boom! Thanks for your question. I love your hair. I want to have hair like this. Hey, dude.
Hi, how you doing? First off, just want to say, big fan. I was going to request that you could. Sorry? I was going to request if you could do Vanilla Ice's Ninja Rap. No, I'm just kidding. I was actually going to ask which turtle specifically did you most personally relate to, whether or not you actually played that character?
Donatello. I'm not scientific, but I've always been kind of a bookworm and kind of a nerd, and I was actually, when I was doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was actually in law school. So,
that's an episode, and there would be Barry, we'd be each in our own microphones, there'd be Barry sitting in his chair with an enormous law book sitting in his lap, and his highlighter, he'd be looking down, reading, and without missing a beat, you would come up for his line, and he would make it.
Yeah, definitely not. It really, I loved it. It fit me.
I would have a coloring book on my lap. And I would miss every cue.
You're a leader. That's why you're leading. We've only got time for a couple more questions, so let's get the next two. I apologize for those of you who are in the back. Good. We've only got time.
Abby, did you want to answer?
Let's get your other friends.
Hello, guys. How are you? My question is, being a fan of the original Turtles, we all have that one episode that we love the most. Mine was Technicolor Pizzas. My question is, do you guys have a favorite, do you remember having a favorite episode that you guys just like, well, writing is amazing, I love playing how my character is in this. Do you have a favorite episode that you remember recording?
The one where I said, screw this, I'm no longer the leader, and y'all do it.
Wasn't there a thing where I just said, what? You guys do it, I'm going to sit here and have pizza or whatever. Alright, we have to take the last question. Then we go
Are we really running out of time?
Last question.
Okay.
Hi there. Okay. Now, my favorite villains were Bebop and Rocksteady. Can you guys do those voices for me?
They're right here. Go ahead, Bebop and Rocksteady.
It's a story. busy with me very lovely you. Are you gonna do that freaking thing again? Shut up about it, I'm loud. Not about to me, do it in Spanish.
Eso relato de una mujer más linda junto, es la manera que llegamos a ser rey conjunto.